Welcome, UFC fighters and fans. Today, we're going to talk about some explosive news that's been circulating in the mixed martial arts community. First, Alex Volkanovski's coaching team has revealed a loophole that allowed his opponent, Islam Makhachev, to use a banned intravenous drip before their UFC title fight. While Volkanovski's coaches didn't directly accuse Makhachev of cheating, this revelation is sure to generate controversy. Secondly, a power slap competitor was caught in a drug test and accused of using illicit. This has led some UFC fighters to question the integrity of the entire sport of mixed martial arts. And finally, a UFC fighter admitted that his private part stopped working while he was struggling to reach the ideal weight for his category. All of these recent events have had a major impact on the mixed martial arts community, and we're here to discuss all the implications. So, let's get started. Revealed, Alex Volkanovski's coach explains loophole that allowed Islam Makhachev to use banned 4 drip before UFC title fight but stopped short of branding the Russian a cheat. The coach of UFC identity Alex Volkanovski has broken his silence to reveal why he believes Islam Makhachev was permitted to use a banned 4 drip before his title fight against the Aussie last Sunday. Eugene Bearman refrained from calling Russian Makhachev a cheat, but felt the 31-year-old enjoyed a distinct advantage versus the great in Perth. Makhachev won a gripping encounter in UFC 284 to retain his lightweight belt and improve his career record to 24-1. After another of Bearman's fighters, UFC lightweight Dan Hooker, made his feelings on the result, and Makhachev, well known on Twitter, the New Zealand-based mentor, addressed the festering drama himself. He revealed that Makhachev may have used a loophole in the rules that would actually allow him to legally use an 4 before the fight. The information falls short because for several reasons, and one of them is that you can actually take an 4 before a fight. It just has to be 100 milliliters of saline every 12 hours, in a 12-hour block. So what it has to come down to is whether you believe that people are going to take this saline, 100 milliliters, and then stop altogether. And the fact that from that Russian team there were 2 fighters. The information can't reliably tell us yet which fighter illegally hydrated or whether they went over 100 milliliters. But I don't know. No information can tell us without a doubt that someone in their team used an 4 badge to rehydrate, which is not illegal if you used 100 milliliters. You've just got to ask yourself, if it's only 100 milliliters you've got to use for 12 hours, why would you even bother? Bearman has his doubts, but added it would be challenging to prove if any improper use of an 4 was used by Makhachev or his training partner Zubaira Tukagov. Either it was Zubaira or whether it was Islam, something's gone on there, he said. It's frustrating because the whole sport should be played on an even playing field. Then again, you can't reliably say that Islam cheated. Using an 4 drip to rehydrate was previously commonplace in combat sports, but was banned in UFC in October of 2015 following a decision by USADA, news.com.au reported. USADA officials introduced the ban because 4 drips can contribute to high amounts of weight cutting and can also be used to mask performance-enhancing drugs. UFC fighters face bans of up to 2 years for using 4 drips without a medical reason. Test the people who started this sport. UFC World goes berserk as power slap competitor tests positive for cock*****. Since the day Dana White announced his latest venture, the power slap, it has been met with a barrage of criticism and scrutiny. Many have raised concerns about the health implications of a sport that centers around slapping, while others simply cannot accept it as a legitimate sport. This has caused a conundrum among fans who are conflicted about whether to view power slap on par with sports like MMA. And the recent news of a power slap contender being suspended for testing positive in a COC****NE test has only made the situation worse for the struggling promotion. With the power slap already catching slack, this news has caused the UFC community to erupt with snide criticism, ruthlessly attacking the sport. The idiom "caught in the crossfire" seems to fit power slap's current situation as the sport struggles to gain legitimacy and acceptance. Power slap competitor John Kennedy was officially suspended for 9 months by the commission after testing positive for COC****NE following a slap fighting competition that took place on November 30, 2022. This incident has cast a negative light on both Kennedy and the power slap promotion, further damaging the reputation of the struggling sport. In addition to his suspension, Kennedy will also have to pay a $150 fine and $326 in legal fees. This news has elicited a range of responses from both fans and UFC fighters, who have expressed shock and disappointment for various reasons. UFC star admits his stopped working whilst making huge weight cut. UFC star Alexander Hernandez has revealed his didn't work when making the big weight cut down to featherweight. Hernandez, 30, moves back up to lightweight to face UFC veteran Jim Miller in Las Vegas this Saturday after a failed stint at 145 pounds. The great started his UFC career at lightweight, impressively knocking out top contender Beneil Dariush in a huge upset to put the division on notice. After failing to put together a winning streak, Hernandez moved down to featherweight but has now moved back up to 155 pounds after having some problems with his private parts. "I've got some of the best nutritionists in the world. Perfecting Athletes is the group I go with. It's not like I wasn't eating, it was just small man," Hernandez told reporters. "It was rough, it was the roughest. It wasn't like I was moaning every day. I was locked in, but my didn't even work in the morning. I was gender X, just moving through for 3 months. Just a straightforward path. Doing that for enough time probably weighs on the brain a little bit. It was tough, everything was low. Everything was depleted. I felt strong though. I felt fast. I felt faster than I've ever felt. The conditioning was fantastic, but I just needed to keep the mental game right. I just needed to remember why I was doing all this pain and struggling for." Hernandez was knocked out by Billy Quarantillo in his sole featherweight fight last December, marking his 3rd loss in his past 4 fights. He stepped up on less than 2 weeks' notice to face Miller this Saturday after the promotional veteran's original opponent Gabriel Benitez withdrew from the bout. Miller is one of the longest-serving fighters on the UFC roster, having made his debut for the organization 15 years ago. The 39-year-old is unbeaten in 3 fights, winning a decision against fellow veteran Donald Cerrone in his last fight. Hernandez thinks his recent losses are because of a mental battle, but insists that he is in a good space going into his fight this weekend. "After my last fight, I was telling my manager and coach that I don't want to do another 14-week camp. It's never become more evident to me that my losses are a physical issue, it's a mental issue. I'm really enthusiastic and I'm angry at myself as I want to get redemption. The weight cut is now simple," he added. And that's it for today, folks. We hope you enjoyed the news and discussions about the latest controversies in the world of mixed martial arts. If you want to stay up to date with everything happening in the UFC and other martial arts events, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to receive the latest updates. Leave your comments below to keep the conversation going. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon.